Lay down, Willow. You just made me block out a good story I was telling there. Lay down. No. Lay down before I press the fucking off button by mistake again. Lay down, fatty. Yes, you. Lay down, you fat bitch. That's it. Lay down. Anyway, I shook hands with the face. And, yeah, I shook hands with the face, and he's gone off. He's popped back again. He's gone, here you go. Here you go. He said, but you only sell mine now, yeah? I said, can't, mate. Already obligated, and you know who they are. So, okay, I'll let you do it. He said, but don't fucking tell no one. He said, and you shut your mouth. Who's sitting on the sofa? He got nothing to do with me, mate. It's gone out the door anyway. And he said, do you know who that is? I said, of course I know who it is. It's my mate's mate. Do you know what he does? I said, yeah, of course I know what he does. He said, just as long as you're aware of who he is then, mate. He said, I thought he was going to fucking do you in that kitchen. I said, no, but like I said, I know his mate. You've seen his mate on that interview, what I showed earlier. With old spiky hair. That was his mate. One of his mates. They was all in the firm together. All football firm stuff, you know what I mean? Moving stuff about. Just come from up that end of the country and all sorts, you know what I mean? People didn't just used to meet up for a fight. When they started clamping down on it all, it was distractions for business, wasn't it? I think the kids are, I don't know if the kids are doing the same thing these days. I don't think they are. It's more just the fights now, isn't it? Away from the stadiums. But that's what it used to be like in the old days. If you had to go on the trail, you had to go on the trail to find something, didn't you? You know what I mean? Sometimes you could be looking a few hours if it was completely dry, where all the big names had gone on holiday and shut up. They've gone off to Spain or whatever they do, and they come back and they bring, here you go, there's your get on with that. Will come back from the Costas. Yeah, I can't say the man's name, but I can tell you what sort of line of work his father was in a roundabout way. To do with Krugerrands and transit vans with tons in. Can't really say the area, but it's in Kent, northern Kent. Yeah, along that stretch of coastline, what I said from can I say the area? I think so. Without it. Yeah. Faversham. I can say that. So if anyone knows what that Krugerrand story is from that world, you'll know where the name comes from. can't really say the name because I just don't say those sort of names because not for fear of repercussions or anything, but it's just a lot of the stuff we was doing are still open and it's never got to the bottom of, so I can't really say any more than that. But if you know your history and that sort of stuff, then Krugerrands will pop up straight away, won't it? From the Kent area. It wouldn't have been just them involved, it would have been uptown faces as well, wouldn't it? So that's the sort of circles it was from. Highlights, Brentford v Spurs. Now, what do I want to highlights for? That ended 2-2. And that's exactly why I can't say anything more than that, because I can hear that coming through the wall again. So he's on the phone to someone. Fucking little Rupert. Like little Murdoch, isn't he? Well, they ain't seen me out there. They've only seen me out there with the dogs once today. So, what's he doing? You know, I can hear him moving about. I can hear music every now and then. Well, there's no landlord's knocking on my door, so I don't know who the fuck he's on the phone to. I'm waiting for him to come back. I want to have a joke with him. And I'm going to film it. That'd be the landlord. And film it. I'll tell him to do one. Come round banging on my door when I'm laying in bed, you know what I mean? What the fuck do you think you are? Get your money when I get paid. Not before. But you always, no, I don't fucking owe you that. Government don't pay me in advance, I ain't paying you in advance. Simple as that. You lot lied and sent me to jail, didn't you? With all the fucking complaint logs. Tell me why I should fucking put myself out for you lot. I've had to build everything back up again, haven't I? Including myself. So kindly fuck off, sort of thing. Not playing your fucking games, am I? How's that anyway? 8 minutes on that one, so I'll do that as a 1-2, yeah? Have a lovely Sunday. I'm going to watch a few videos now, which I'm not going to be recording, because I had a hint drop this morning and I've taken that out. So I'm going to leave it at that. Lesson learned. Because I like the channel. What do you want now, Hulkster? What do you want, baby? Is she being lazy? Where's Hulkster? Is he on the floor laying down? Yeah, he's laying down being good. What do you want? Oh. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, last time I looked at my eldest's page, he had a Hulk smash behind him. But he doesn't know why he's like that. Well, if I'm like that, and two of my kids that I had influence in their lives are like that, and so's he, it's because of the way they was toughened up in life. Not bullied or mistreated, toughened up. That was the way it was done in them days, wasn't it? You know what I mean? But it weren't being horrible. Proud of what they've become. All of them. Made my dad's brother sit up and pay attention when we was dealing with that idiot in front of him. I told the bloke to mind his fucking manners because he was disrespecting my brother in front of my dad's brother, me, my eldest son and my youngest son. I've stood up, grabbing, holding me a pint of Guinness tight. His son stood up, he's standing, moving round behind him. I'm ready to but he sat down after my dad's brother looked at him. He was the sort of bloke that would go into a pub on his own, deal with 3 or 4 of the heaviest in there, then finish his drink and walk back out again. Very tough man in his day, but he was a miner. They're all like that, aren't they? Or most of them. Short, stocky, no necks. That'll do anyway. That's the end of that story. I can't think of anything else at the moment, so I'm going to get into watching a few videos. Said I wasn't going to be getting into my football today, didn't I? It's got nothing to do with Kane leaving. It's can't watch it on a football stream, can I? So what's the fucking point? Watch highlights, only a fucking couple of minutes of it, isn't it? What's the point of that? You don't get the feel for the game, you don't get the atmosphere, nothing. If I'm going to enjoy football, I like to get right into the spirit of it. Do you know what I mean? Jump about, go fucking hyper. Same as what I did at the Peterborough Millwall match, with my mate looking on. The singer looking on. Knowing full well when he goes back down there, like, yeah, I see your dad the other day. Did you? Yeah, he was jumping about behind the goal. Had a few of the lads looking at him. And then when the 4th goal went in, they all fucking was jumping up and down. Peterborough got smashed. 4-0 or 4-1, I think it was. Everyone happy. Spurs lost. I didn't care. I got my son's programme. But he never got it. My mother's still hanging on to it because I told her to next time you see him, give it to him, and she just doesn't. It's like a little trophy in it. Narcissistic parent I had down there. So, lady on that photo is my mother now up here. made my choice. My dad asked me, I told him, I'm up here. That's my choice. So he knows that's what I would have chosen right from the beginning. You know? And if I'd have travelled that path right from the beginning, I would never have been involved in all of that shit, because I wouldn't have been allowed to. Would never have gone through all the trauma that I went through in life, you know. But different paths walked in it. Because of my history, obviously, if my father was a legit businessman, then obviously I couldn't be any part of that. Because you know what the system's like, connecting money from that to that, and then twisting words, and you know what I mean. My dad weren't any part of what I was doing in any way, shape or form. So for him to risk having me within the family thing, would have risked everything that he'd built up for his family. So I understood that, and I just sort of, yeah, okay, that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be, I'm happy with that, I'm near, that's good enough for me. You know, I'm not going to be interfering in your marriage or anything, or I've got no agendas. I just try to get to know my dad, and it turned out he was a good man, and you know, whatever happened when him and my mum split up, it was over another woman. Don't know if there was any domestic whatevers when they was arguing, you know, in that day and age, men treated women differently. Don't know, don't care, it's the past. I know my dad made the right choice. My mother got a slap, if she got a slap, for arguing with him because he was seeing someone else. You know what I mean? And arguing in front of the kids or whatever. Don't know, don't care, never saw none of that, don't remember none of that. I was told by my mother that your dad hurt me, and I thought, oh, fuck yeah, I don't want to be listening to this. This is just your desperation, last fucking attempt to stop me moving up here. And he come out with that right at the end. No, I'm not having it. She even brought a mate over from Guernsey to tell me shit and that, to stop me from leaving. It was like, no, not having it. She come over with her dad, and I looked at him and I said, what do you reckon? And he went, I went, okay. No words don't listen. It's all way work. Get up there, ignore the fucking shit. You go see your dad, sort of thing. Without saying it, he was sticking up for the blokes in the conversation, if you see what I mean. Because he remembered what his daughter was like, probably when she was younger. You know what I mean? Same as my mum would have been naive when she was younger. The same as young girls these days when they're naive and they're just out of their mother's clutches and they're running around and their knickers are falling off every 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? I'm being truthful about life. That's just how boys and girls are when they're growing up, isn't it? How did you meet my dad then? Oh, we was waving at him. Yeah, waving at him and his brother. Oh, okay. So you're on the top of a cliff, waving at them down the bottom of the cliff. Okay. Oh, blimey. There, was it? Oh, okay. Oh, my first finger there. One of my exes, you know what I mean? It's a popular little spot for that sort of thing through the years. So, without realising it, I'm seeing my first girlfriends in the same area where my dad met my mum. I'm doing the same around Kent as what my dad's doing legitimately as a salesman. But I wasn't being legitimate, I was, you know. all that came out at his funeral, and it was like, wow. So I was like my dad, just not in the same way. I was exactly the same as my dad, but not legitimate. That sort of gave me a bit of peace. I thought, well, I'm like my dad, then that answers that question, don't it? All three brothers looked exactly the same to look at. A very strong genetic line. They all looked the same, like they're twins or triplets. But they weren't. I can talk about my dad like that because it paints my dad in a good light and paints me in a bad light, and I don't mind that. But it explains why I was never fully a part of my father's life with his new wife and his family. See what I mean? But I don't hold any malice towards the lady at all. Total respect for her. Love her because she loved my dad and the happiness she gave him for all them years. So it was obviously the wrong choice, his first marriage. You know, the disrespect after he died, though, no, that was the final straw. Bye. So I'm left with a smaller family up here now. They're my family. Whether I have any part in their life or not, they're my family. My family down south, no, I don't hear from them because of my choice. So let them get on with it. I don't want their money, don't want anything to do with them. You know, I was promised a life-changing amount. And it got squandered away by the said person that said her family were the business side of it, not my dad's. But my dad made some of his life and they didn't. So that proves that, doesn't it? They were civil servants, not business people. Mother's side of the family. My dad's father's side of it started off as slaves in the pits and worked their way out of that, made something of themselves. Which is why I don't want to be in the UK really anymore. You know, I'm only here because I can't leave the country now. So I'm making the best of it with my kids. I was going to walk away from everything again and just start again after my dad died. But I got prevented from leaving the country due to a new conviction. I'm not going to be fucking explaining myself to fucking border officials just to go on holiday to see my family. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Not going to waste money on a passport either. Don't need one. Travelling between the Commonwealth anyway. And need to write the people of the country a letter and ask for permission to travel to their country. That's all you need to do. Don't even need a passport for that. You only need a visa. That's covered under the freedom to travel laws. What was granted to the traveller community to be able to travel freely from Ireland to the UK to work on the aristocracy's lands to help them out, you know what I mean, when they couldn't get staff to do their jobs for them and that. Which is why they have the Appleby Horse Fair and it's guaranteed by the King or something. That's part of that freedom to travel or right to roam. part of all of that. So you don't even need a passport to go outside the country if you go to a Commonwealth country that was part of the empire. Canada is part of the Commonwealth. So that's the place I chose to go after my family died. But someone made sure that I couldn't do that because she didn't want me to leave the UK. So like I said, South East Legal Services being involved when I live in the East, which comes under East of England, not the South East Legal Operations. But it's just civil servants, isn't it? Connecting links to use the system to stop something from happening. Civil servants are the system, aren't they? If you see what I'm saying there. Getting fucking dead-handed in that end now. It's got to be Wi-Fi radiation then. Because that was the hand that was holding the tablet. Now, as soon as I've let go of the tablet, it stopped. And my hand's just tingly. But my arm wasn't up, it's down low, holding the camera. So maybe that's why I'm having all that sort of shit. No? Don't know. So let's have it back in its crate. Having a pretty peaceful Sunday. Let's disconnect that one from the thingy. Just have a quick look, see if my son's been online and send a message. I've sent him a text so I don't have to go on there. Otherwise the other one, the woman start fucking... Hey, he ain't been on that. That's cool. He knows why I haven't been on there. So he don't need to go on there. He's probably avoiding me at the moment anyway. Because I'll be screwing for me fucking backing money. But I've told him it's okay. I can last until I get paid. I'm coping. It's just I was in a bad mood yesterday because someone was pissing me off and I've already let him know who it was. So he'd be on the phone to his brother saying, fucking bitch, he's fucking annoying people again. He's going to start annoying me soon. Nope. I'm not chasing him. You get on with what you're doing. If you're spending a day with your boy, you spend the day with your boy. If he's spending time with his youngest boy, he won't be, won't be allowed out the front for a cigarette without, he was out there a bit too long. Who was you talking to on the phone? What are you doing? Let me check your phone numbers when your bill comes through at the end of the month. I laugh about it, I said, you got one of them on your forehead, son. Yeah, alright. Poor fucker only wants to get out for a sneaky beer, do you know what I mean? I said, well, you wanted to control the alcohol. I said, it's not that easy, is it? And because he was controlling that, he started venturing into something else, and it's like, then she found out about that, and then fucking all well broke loose then. It's like, fucking hell. I should say, you shouldn't tell your missus lies. Always comes out, don't involve me in it, I'm not lying for you. It's alright, so all that's been sorted out, so it's all good. But I'm the baddie in the whole situation, I mean, because it only started when he went to prison. Like, okay. But at least his mother got to see what the problem was, didn't she? And it weren't me the problem, was it? He was worried about me taking an overdose in there because he found the fucking leftover pills at home. Yeah. So when I did actually get in contact with him, I said, next time you go up there, I said, have a look, see my most recent bank letter, and tell me what's in there, please, for when I get out. I'll be out in a few weeks, so tell me how much is in there, and I'll know if I've still got internet and everything else, or I've got sort everything out when I get out on that sort of stuff. I said, and while you're up there, I said, go up on, have a look in the kitchen. You know where I put all the seeds for the vegetables out in the garden and that up on top of the kitchen unit there? I said, go up there and I think there's a Marmite jar full of fucking seeds up there that's probably going, you know, out of the tomatoes and that haven't properly dried out, so they're probably going a bit sweaty and that. I said, just open the top and have a look in and then put it away for a rainy day for when I get out, and then I'll start planting when I get out. Got out. I said, you got my jar? He went, no, actually. I said, oh well. I said, did you use it on the rainy day when that storm hit? He went, oh, that's what you meant. I said, yeah. I said, you was proper stressed out, I got told, so that was, you was meant to have that. He said, I'll fucking give it to someone, fucking sort something out for you. I'll give it to someone to sort something out for you. Oh, thanks, son. So we didn't have nothing about that. I got out and filled my Marmite jar up. Cellmate's getting all paranoid because he's thinking, blue bowl up on the top shelf. He thinks I'm talking about what's going on in the cell because on the top of his fucking cupboard he had a blue bowl with shit in it. I said, no, mate. I said, it's a bit like watching that show you like watching, the game show. Every day on repeats. Lingo. I said, now you know what lingo is. So it's nothing to do with in here. I'm talking about my kitchen. Because he was listening to everything. And I just went like that. He went, ah. I said, well, they listen to the calls, don't they? It's only my purse. My personal. That's why I was stoned when I went in the court. That's why they was trying to get me help for cannabis. And I said, it's help for cannabis, don't you fucking silly. I don't touch no other drugs, that's my pain relief, I ain't giving that up at all. Why is that then? I said, well, I went through the story about the dihydrocodeine and weaning myself off the codeine with the cannabis. Then going to officially get it as a medication, and then was told that I couldn't have it, but I could have higher doses of codeine if I wanted. And it was like a fucking ignorant cured my addiction, you want to get me re-addicted. Why? Why do you want me as a controllable addict? But there you go. Think back to China and the Opium Wars and you'll be able to work that one out, because they managed to subdue the whole of China by turning them into opium addicts. That's how the British ruled China in the end, along with all the other countries. Turn the country into addicts just to get the trade secrets to Chinese porcelain, because European porcelain was nowhere near the quality of the Chinese porcelains, and that's what all that was over. Business. So, do I agree with that one China policy? Well, they split the country up, didn't they? Now the Chinese want to put it back together again. So, it's their country. Taiwan's part of their China. It's down to the US and the UK and the Russians and the Germans and everybody else that went into China that split it and carved it all up for themselves. So do I have any feelings towards that one China policy? No, it's their fucking country, the same as Ireland's the Irish country. Should be unified. That's just a divide and rule mentality, isn't it? That's what keeps the blacks and the whites apart. Every other street cred gang or whatever, you know, it's all divide and rule. Yeah, well, I'll leave it at that. It's a little bit more clearer in my head anyway, isn't it? Memory's slowly coming back from things that are blocked out, if you see what I mean. Only bits of it, but a lot of trauma to get over. You know, trying to destroy myself since I left school. Guilt, remorse. You know what I mean? Trauma. So there you go, there's the truth about that. Ain't going to go any further into that because it's all blocked off in my head. And I don't want to open old wounds like that. Otherwise I'll go on downward spirals and start fucking about with substances again, trying to block it all out again. So I ain't going for all that. I got to a point in life where I heard a song and I thought, yeah, okay. And someone I knew who'd made a mistake in life, he turned around and said, well, he said you can either keep trying to kill yourself and destroy yourself, or you can forgive yourself. Make peace with yourself, make peace with your creator and move on in life. So I did that, I did exactly that. I've never looked back since. It took me 40 odd years to do that. You know? So the adult life turned into that. Moving about, always busy. Settle down. One relationship didn't work because there's baggage from the one before it. fucked up the second relationship as well. So then it was down to self-healing. One night stands, never getting into anything with anyone. Work on myself, get myself in a position where I can help my kids. And that's the point I'm at now. Got my dogs replaced, didn't I? Roxy wasn't my dog anyway, like I said. You'll see her on videos, on previous videos. Well, that's young Roxy, Angel's daughter, Staffy Cross American Bulldog again. Lovely dog, bit nippy, but really dainty female. And I said, well, as soon as I met Marnie, I thought, Marnie, Roxy, right colour. I said, you thinking what I'm thinking, son? And he said, let me work on that first. It was brought up the other week, and she sort of changed the conversation a little bit sharpish. So I make a point of every time I go round to see my grandson, I make a point of joking about it. I said, oh, well, I was going to bring Roxy out there. Go and see. I brought Marnie round to go and see Roxy. So we're going to see Roxy, Tyler. Don't you dare, Tyler. In other words, don't tell him where she is. I already know where she is. Don't think I'm that stupid, do you? I'm happy with my dogs, though. Oh, is she giving you a bit to cuddle? You know she won't let you. Or the owner won't let you. He wants his last breed out of her. And he's giving up doing dogs. Because it's just too high vet bills and that. Off his last load of puppies or something. It turned out fucking humongous vet bills. Getting all the puppies checked and papers and everything. So he's decided that's not worth it. So she's being retired. And this will probably end up as her forever home. We don't know yet. But the dogs have taken to her, so it wouldn't be a bad thing. Right, I'm going to watch these 3 videos. I think it's 3. I saw 2 this morning and then I saw the live, so I just went on the live because I wasn't following routine. So because I hadn't clicked like on any of them and it gone live, I said hi and that. And it's like, you know, respect, love to you, bro. But I was doing something else today. Or posting videos saying I was doing something else today. You know what I mean? And something was mentioned in it about that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, I know that. I know what you're saying without you saying it at me. So, not doing that today. Just in here watching the stream, chatting. So I haven't discussed anything that was in there that I shouldn't have, have I? Haven't recorded anyone else saying anything they shouldn't have. You know what I mean? So, noted. I respect the guy. Some very good advice. Otherwise I'll be following his lead, wouldn't I? ended up in a place where I shouldn't be. Going through all the trauma he's been through. I probably would get out alive in a place like that, but chances are I probably won't make it into one. If it was that serious a thing, then I'd call it a day before it got to that. Being honest with you, that's not a sign of weakness. That's like, why the fuck would I want to go away for the last 20 years of my life? Might as well be dead, wouldn't I? Fuck that shit. I don't get bitten by the same snake twice. I ain't going back to prison. For anything. And that's a cue for a song, isn't it? Before I watch those videos, see if I can find it straight away. I'll do it off the phone and then reconnect through the phone if it does it. Ooh, no, connect to PS4, I didn't want to do that. It hasn't. Cool, yeah.
It can get worse. The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne. It works.
Yes, it does work. It's one of the toothpastes that do actually work, actually. How are we doing volume? Seeing as I've got an audience next door. 77 days. What would be it on Cat A? Mentality will be the same. Flaming energy ball, or SLI energy. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed lady from the bingo. Cash bingo. Still friends with her. Still on my list. Probably get a strike for this one, but I'm telling the story, ain't I? Waste you. course, she was good though. At everything. Better than the ones before her. Just too live wire. Run, Forrest, run! Oh, those old nights in the bingo, eh? Opposite the prison.
Dive into the 888 experience because it's made to.
Do you see how I learn how I use music now? Yeah, man. Yeah. Alright. Okay. And that coming. What's the time now then? What time did it say? Oh, right. Bop. Well, that worked out perfectly, didn't it? I'm going to stop the recording now because